What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Juggler972 here. So, I really haven't talked about a certain post that I posted up just recently. It was actually, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks back. But it was the picture of me standing in the middle of the ring looking up, and I said, 12 years. It's my wrestling retirement. I haven't touched base on that a lot, though, and, that's one thing I kind of wanted, to open up about, though, because, a lot of y'all fam, y'all follow me, and I call the pot of positivity, that for a reason, though, because, we all have a, just a platform for all of us, just to say something, say whatever, as I'm leaving work right now, too. Every now and then, I just like to just break out and just, talk about certain stuff. And my retirement in wrestling was one of those things I wanted to put out there. So, after 12 years, I have to tell you, I would not change anything for not even a split second. And the reason why I say that, though, is because, I live life, trying not to live with regrets. I mean, I've got a few, but not too many. But at the same time, though, one of the reasons, why I chose to retire at 12 years is because right now, life is happening at the moment. Not just life, though, but, health has a lot to do with it. Being in the wrestling business for 12 years, and like the past 2 years, I've wrestled basically part-time. I used to, like, from 2008 all the way to about 2013, I was not just working, but I was also, working sometimes 5-6 shows, a month. Now, that's a lot because, not a lot of, there's no territories nowadays. And, with independent, wrestling, being as it is, some, run monthly. Very, very, very few here, where I live, ever run weekly. Growing up, though, I used to go to a weekly promotion growing up where I started training at. And, it's, at that time, though, independent wrestling, it was good, but it was nowhere near as big and as popular as it is right now. And one thing, that I can honestly say, though, is the fact that when it comes to, the independent pro wrestling part, it's a great time to be both a fan and a worker in this business. But at this point, though, I kind of came, to a crossroads where, I wanted to look at things that are sustainable because, if you wrestle, for 20 years, though, it's going to have to end eventually because, your body is your vehicle. But most importantly, your brain and your heart is what's most important, too, because not very many people out there, will know when the right time is, to exit this business. I chose to exit at the age of 32 simply because, well, there's a multitude of reasons. One of them, is being my health. My health being number one. And growing up, I played football. I ran track. God, I did bodybuilding whenever I was in high school. Your body does take a toll, especially at a very young age. Doing stuff like that. I tore my thigh muscle up a little bit. Just playing high school football. Not to mention, I've also had a hairline fracture and a torn ACL in my left knee. Early on. Not to mention, like maybe 1 or 2 concussions, and then that's not even everything that I had in the wrestling business. I'm very lucky enough to walk away from the business with just a few concussions, but no torn muscles, no broken bones. But aches and pains, man, they come, and whenever you sit there and you do the best you can to try to really work through all that, though, it comes by and it comes back at you. Hell, what was it? There was one, 2006 actually, right before I started training, about 6 months. 6 months, actually, correction, when I came back, though, after my broken shoulder, I caught MRSA in my left knee. And that actually kind of deteriorated a part of my left patella. The same kneecap that I actually had, my hairline fracture at. And I feel it, man. I really do. Till this day, I feel it, though. I can't, wake up, without, feeling any kind of soreness. Because I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life. That's the truth. But I don't regret it though, because I had an opportunity to meet, some of the best people, that I've ever met in my life. I've met some very famous people. I had a chance, to meet Charlie Haas a couple years after, he left WWE. My sister and I, though, we entered this business, together with our friend Robert, who wrestles under the name Zero. We had the chance, to meet Matt Bourne, aka Doink the Clown, the original. I did a seminar with him in 2010. I learned so much from him. I actually got critique from him, by the way. And God, who else? Rudy Gonzalez, so who still trains kids in South Texas right now. He actually took over Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy in San Antonio. If y'all know that, Lance Cade came out of it. Fucking Brian Kidder came out of it. Paul London, you name it. Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. And and I'm proud to say though that my sister, as a referee, she actually had an opportunity to ref for an NWA territory, in today's NWA territory, by the way, which are basically just random promotions that are defended out. She actually had to work with Rob Conway, along with the guy who trained me, Lance Hoyt, at NWA Texoma in Sherman, Texas, which is now Texoma Pro Wrestling now. But I'm rambling on. My health, my future is so many, and not only that though, just I want to be healthy, in my 30s too, into my 40s and in my 50s. I'm going to live with this pain for the rest of my life, but I wouldn't change it for a bit, not one bit. So, but yeah, that's just one thing I kind of wanted to bring up too. I mean, I didn't know, honestly, how I was going to approach this topic though, but quite frankly, one thing that the pro wrestling business also did to me, because I've got my Hatchet Man and my Dark Lotus tattoo on my arms. I met thousands of juggalos out there, thousands, and you know what? Every last one of y'all that I've met here in Texas, out in Arizona, out in Oklahoma, New Mexico, out in Indiana, because I actually had a chance to wrestle out in Indiana for a little bit too for EWF. But every last one of y'all that I've met, every juggler that I ever got a chance to wrestle, in front of, that I got a chance to perform in front of, that I've met, before the show, after the show, every last one of y'all that I got a chance to kick it with, post show, that bought me alcohol, that bought me drinks, shots of whiskey, and those juggalos out there, also try to get me, to do other stuff. I'm sorry, but I did it for myself though. I said no for a reason, but I'm grateful. Thank every last one of y'all. I gotta get home though. Much love, peace, God bless, be good to each other, and thank y'all again for all the support, especially out here on Juggalo 972. Peace. Somebody that I was really close to in this business, who unfortunately passed away, told me this: never fucking take your exceptional health for granted. Okay? Yeah, we may live once though, but life is a journey, so enjoy it. Peace.